So, geosphere, okay? Earth's composition of the geosphere consists of 3 main parts.
So this is under
Geosphere. See?
Okay, this
Oh,
is the last one.
Yeah. So the core, it's going to stop moving now, is the center of the geosphere. You have to know that it's in the center, so think of C for core, C for center. And it mainly consists of extreme temperatures, which causes the majority of
So
the...
these are the 3 parts of it, right?
Yes, the 3 parts of the geosphere. So the geosphere's composition is 3 parts: core, mantle, and crust. The core is in the center, and it's very, very hot. There's extreme temperatures, so there's really no life in the core. So if you think of biosphere as all life on Earth, in the geosphere, life is going to exist basically in the top layer of the geosphere, which is where the lithosphere comes into place.
So it's the core, the mantle.
The mantle, think of M for mantle, M for what?
Middle.
Middle, and M for magma. So it's a triple M. M, M, M.
Wait, the mantle's in the middle? I thought the core
My
was...
favorite candy in the world.
I thought the core was...
Wait, so the Monte.
The core is the center. The magma makes up the middle of that layer. And it's mainly, like, magma is liquid rock. If you don't know that, write that down. Inside Earth, rock that is liquefied is called magma. When it pours out of Earth, what's it called? Lava. Good.
Wait, what does it mean, rock?
So the crust. Think of your crust as like an outer layer, right? So it's the surface, like in a pizza, the crust or the pie is the outer part of the pie, right? And it actually is made up of plates. What do we call these plates? Tectonic plates. What does a plate do? Well, our tectonic plates shift, but what do they actually do? What does a plate do for you? Hold things. The plates on Earth hold Earth. And when they shift, Earth shifts. So we're going to talk about that. Changes in the geospheres next. Parties.
Yeah, let me see. Those are the ones that we're gonna sell those, the dancers.
Good.
We might sell
The
them.
lithosphere. Not yet. The lithosphere is, by looking at my picture, what do you think the lithosphere consists
The
of?
dirt. The outside of.
So is the lithosphere...
Look at the picture.
Is the lithosphere...
Listen. Look at the picture. I haven't told you anything about the lithosphere. I'm asking you, by looking at that picture, what do you think the lithosphere consists of?
Ground.
Air.
Air?
Ground.
What part? The geosphere is all
like
ground.
grass.
The top layer of the crust only?
Like the grass.
The top layer of the whole earth.
Look where I wrote the word and the arrow drives into.
I can't really see this.
I'm asking you, you know where is the upper mantle and crust?
So is
What
that
happened?
like its
We got
own...
stuck
Is
here.
that like its own thing?
Well, it answer that for me. Do you think it's its own thing?
Or it's... Does it go into the
So the
geosphere?
lithosphere is correct. It's part of the geosphere and it makes up just the upper part of the mantle and the crust.
So it's
And
in
the
the
lower crust or just the
sub-part.
whole-
Guys, raise your hand so I can hear one question at a time and be able to answer.
Lower crust or no lower crust or
Upper mantle and the whole crust. So you have the center of Earth, which is the core. The core is one layer of the what?
Of the geosphere.
Correct. The second layer of the geosphere is the
mantle.
mantle, which is in the middle. The upper part of the mantle and the crust make up the lithosphere. Okay.
When you said top level, I mean top part of the
Lithosphere. So the lithosphere, as I mentioned, is the crust and upper mantle. Okay? So crust is where we're standing on. If you go far deep into Earth, you'll end up in the mantle, and the upper part of the mantle is still considered the lithosphere. This is where your plates are located, in the lithosphere, which is a layer name given to the geosphere. The plates, just like I told you, hold Earth like a plate of food would. And they're constantly moving. And you have to be, this is the ring of fire. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
That's where you have all different types of plate movements because the heat in the Earth is doing what I'm going to show you next. So you have, listen to it first and then you make it into whatever type of notes you want. You got heat rising from where?
Lava.
Wait, this is
From
what?
where?
The bottom.
Raise your hand so I can hear you. The mantle, okay? Because we have liquid rock in the mantle that's gonna rise, and eventually it's gonna hit what? Raise your hand if you can tell me. The crust. And when something rises and it can no longer go forward or up, where's it gonna go?
Sideways.
Sideways. So it starts to spread across. It's still super hot, but if you take heat and you transfer it across, what's gonna happen to the heat?
It's gonna cool.
It's gonna cool somewhat. It's still hot, but it's gonna start to cool. When liquid rock cools, what does it form?
It forms
Rock, solid rock. Now you got all this pressure against the crust.
So we would write this.
And
word.
eventually that pressure is gonna crack the crust. Does that make sense? So you're gonna say magma rises
But for what plate tectonics?
for the shifting of plates. Why do they shift is the question.
This is changes in
Geosphere. So the magma rises, spreads across, cools, and causes pressure to the plates.
magma rises.
Spreads out. Everything I'm saying is up there, so you know.
Spread across and then
Cools and causes pressure on the plates. This is the shifting of plates or plate tectonics.
Splits apart, cools. And
Solidifies, you could say, and causes pressure to the plates.
Well, I understand cools.
Yeah. Now, this is one way plates shift. They shift up and down, or they shift up, you know, it could be side to side. They're just shifting in opposite directions. That's called
I'm not calling it.
transform. And you can't see it, but you could draw the picture. An arrow going up and an arrow going down, or an arrow going to the right and an arrow going to the left.
So
That's transform faults. That's the
different
name
than
of
plate
that
tectonics.
shift. That's a type of shift. The other type of shift, the plates come together like this. They converge. The word actually describes the movement. Converges, come together. So if you need to write, underline your C for come together,
What is the T one saying?
transform,
Converge.
come together. And then this one, who could tell me what you think that, oh, it popped up. Diverge, opposite directions.
Transverge.
Diverge,
No, the other one.
transform.
Oh.
And you should draw the picture.
Like the one I got off of
Someone said
3
your
graph.
question's wrong.
So when plates shift, what happens? My pictures are
Volcanoes
showing.
erupt.
Volcanic
Earthquakes.
eruptions, whoops, I'm sorry,
Earthquakes, right?
and earthquakes,
So
good.
this is what
When they shift, you're gonna have earthquakes, you're gonna have volcanic eruptions, write that down. These are the effects of the shifting plates. And what else? What happened recently, a big one? A tsunami, add that. It's TSU, write it down.
Yeah.
Tsunami.
tsunamis.
I don't have a picture, but I have it in my other notes. Now, what's this? Raise your hand if you could tell me. Yeah, obviously. What is that?
The earth when it was all still together.
When all the continents were together. Pangea is one big supercontinent. Yeah. What led to this? Who could tell?
10 different ways.
So the shifting of plates led to land formations. Original land formation looked like this, and I think I have an image of what it changed. So this is 225 million years ago. Obviously, you don't have to know the shape of Earth's continents, but this is just a picture. Here's 200 million years ago, and here's present day at the bottom. You think that could change? You think there could be a new one?
Yeah.
Of course, because we're constantly changing. I mean, hopefully we won't be underwater or something, but we're done.
No. I just have like things.
Oh, no. Oh my god.
Oh no.
I don't know where my pause button is. So